Hi you guys, this is Koi again, back with some tarot card readings. I'm still trying to figure out how to record this in the best way possible because my space is kind of tiny and I'm like, how can I do this and feel comfortable, right? But I'm going to get right into it because Mercury Retrograde, I had these cards already shuffled and stuff, But Mercury Retrograde is very challenging, but also very it's very deceiving because a lot of people understand it, but then they talk about it, but they're like, they don't really know astrology or anything like that. I'm not an astrologer, so I can't really say that I know about astrology either, but I do know astrology to a certain degree, and I know Mercury is the ruler of communication, and actually, is the ruler of the signs of Gemini, which is my sign, and Virgo. And the communication, technology, all that. A lot of times during Mercury retrograde, it does get a little bit haywire. But there are good articles out there that help you ground your energy, because one thing for sure, as a Gemini, we're an air sign. Look, balance. We're an air sign. So, we tend to flow like the air. But then Virgo is a grounding earth sign. So it's like, to me, that just popped in my head is like, how do we balance those two signs? How do we balance those two energies and, of air and earth? Because honestly, I love you earth signs. You guys do bring me down to earth and realize what it is going on in the physical. But sometimes you stay too grounded and too stuck in your ways. And you plant your feet and let those roots just take over and pull you in, and you don't get any traction moving forward. So, and then us air signs, we sometimes tend to just float and do whatever, and then we forget about our intentions and forget about, our integrity and things that we do need to focus on in reality and what is in front of us, and not float away when we feel fear or anything like that, and, stand our ground. Sometimes we don't know how to stand our ground with our air signs. So I just want to say that, and I'm going to get right into it since I shuffled all the cards. So this is for the collective, and right off the back, the overall message we have is balance. Four of Swords right there. Balance these mental thoughts, these energies in our heads, balance that out. Let's see, let me just clarify this. Let me clarify. Let's move forward. That pops up again. Yeah. So, let's just talk about it real quick. Alright, the overall message is the Four of Swords, right? The overall message is to find balance, to negotiate and solve problems, be open and flexible. Forced respite allows you to be fully present, make peace with truth, and pay attention to any becoming perception. Well, right off the back, from what I know, is definitely the overall message is to find balance, and honestly, that is what this Mercury retrograde is. It slows you down in a way. It's not about, if you get caught up in that energy of reversing of the communication, to me, communication is key. Okay, so my video recorder died, but anyway, what I was saying was, this overall message, Four of Swords, honestly, that is what, finding balance with your communication, your inner thoughts, and things that are happening on in the outside, because Mercury retrograde rules communication, and if we were mind readers, we still need to respect and speak the truth, and you can read somebody's mind, but you really can't know the truth unless it's coming from that person speaking it, or at least unless they show you the truth, right? Your strengths and your weaknesses right here is believing in yourself, because Five of Swords talks about humiliating and facing defeat and conflict and failure and fear. You don't want to embrace any fear of failure. You don't want to embrace any, again, negative talk. I don't know, this has been a common recurring theme. Maybe because, this is just the times where we need to release that. We have to release that. That solar eclipse, right? The new moon. When you have this new moon, it's time to embrace a new season, new things that that you may want to push forward, or new things that are just inevitably coming to you. And in order for you to sometimes see that, you have to let go of things. In order to get new things, you have to let go, finding the balance. And with letting go of old hurt and negative talk, old hurt, we have Three of Swords here, which is like overall advice of letting go of that negative hurt, any heartbreak, any failure, any defeat that has happened in the past. Your strength actually is by embracing it and actually letting go of the victimhood and embracing that you made it through. This picture right here of this lady, she's standing on top with all these swords, but she's actually the one that defeated the negative talk, the negativity that's on the ground. Be that person that is talking about the success of overcoming things, overcoming your problems. The star in reverse for me is not believing in yourself. You're not believing in the power that you have. Finding that feeling that feels like home. Home is within yourself. What is the truth of what you hold? What truth of power that you hold within yourself? Let me just read something right quick. The Star, because that's a major iconic card right here, right? It's associated with self-confidence and recognition. After the storm comes peace, and after the dark comes light. The Star encourages us to have hope, optimism, faith, and divine intuition, and trust in our inner guides. It offers the gift of premonition. Okay, I'm just now finally seeing something here. It offers the gift of premonition. The star is the light that guides our way. It's a little bit more of this, which is funny because it taps into Sirius. And for all you astrology people out here, I think you understand. You might see something deeper than I am right now. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep into this, but your weakness will be not owning who you are, not digging deep inside of who you are, on a soul level. Not I'm a firefighter, not I'm an artist, not I'm a teacher. Those are all titles. Let's release that dis-ease that you have within inside of you. Let's embrace some things that are really true on a soul level. What is it that you're fighting on the inside? Let that reveal, let go within, because this full moon is going to bring some shit out. It's going to bring some light and darkness in the situation, because we're finding balance right here. And I really do believe that in this moment in time right now, there are some things happening on in the universe that you cannot fight. There's a lot of things that people with control issues, i.e. myself right here, I've had control issues because a lot of times I want to control certain things, and you think that you're in control of your life, but a lot of things you just cannot control. And when you realize that, you got to realize, all right, I got to let it go. I got to let go of whatever I'm trying to control and give it up to God, give it up to the universe, give it up to whoever you call the Most High, but give it up and embrace the fact that what is meant to be will be, and that is the truth that you will come into counter of. That's what I'm speaking about with the truth. The truth always comes to light, and that truth doesn't change because it's true. The lies and deceits and all that stuff changes because it manipulates the truth. And, and getting the heartbreak, and that's a lesson that, you can break your heart into a couple of pieces, And sometimes you forget where those pieces are left, and sometimes you're holding on to just a piece instead of a whole. And, when people say living holistically, I remember I used to think like, oh, that's just, living healthy. But let's talk about healthy and wealth, on a whole level, there's always a piece to a pie. And if you can add those different pieces, you will get that whole thing. That's why they're saying living holistically, because everything is connected. And right now, the way things are tying up and connecting up are going to dig deep in, and you're going to start seeing a lot of things of different pieces that you may have been carrying and things coming together. And if you don't see the things coming together, then you may be still stuck on that one piece instead of looking at the whole picture. And again, a lot of defeat and heartbreak and a lot of failure and a lot of grief has happened. I've seen it within my close family. I've seen it within my close friends. And I know that's just the times and days and times of what's been going on right now within the world, because a lot of things are changing, politically, spiritually, physically. Like, there's a lot of things happening. I just was reading on the news how there were big earthquakes again. And to me, that I'm getting older, I always think that earthquakes, like, that's when the earth is going to open up and, like, crack open. I don't know why I used to always think that. But if you think about it on a scientific level, that's the plates, different levels of the earth are shifting. So if you can tie that in with yourself, how, honestly, Mother Nature, they call Mother Nature for a reason. If Mother is the nature, then we're the children, right? So if you look at your mom, you have connections that you came through that, because that's her that's your vessel you came through. Like, let's I'm not going to get too deep on it today, because I'll talk for a long time. I want to keep it short and simple. But if Mother Earth is connected, we're the children of Mother Earth, right? Then how is it not that we're connected to this stuff? If Mother Earth is changing and shifting her stuff inside, how are we not shifting things? So if you don't get that connection, then it's going to happen regardless. And if you want to be stuck on one piece instead of gathering the other pieces to create a whole, let's mend this broken heart. Let's gather certain pieces of that broken heart and mend it together. I was talking to a friend recently how I've been having writer's block. Am I a writer? Not necessarily, but I've been guided to write some things recently. And I'm like, I really want to, because it's some things that has happened that I feel that can share and inspire some other people, because I'm finally owning up that I am a person that inspires people. I used to be upset that, oh, someone took my idea and blah, blah, blah. Maybe it wasn't time for me. Maybe I was the person that was supposed to relate it to them, and they do that. But I do know that I can bring light forth and inspire others. And I really need to own that and stop thinking that just because I'm talking about myself in a good way does not make me conceited in any type of way. Any type of way. Because a lot of times when I used to talk about myself being, in a good manner, people used to look at it in a way, in the wrong content. Like, oh, who do you think you are? Whatever. But let's just get right into a deeper message. Yeah. Oh my. I just was talking about balance, and this is balance right here. 5 of Swords. Victim. Stop playing the victim. To me, Mercury Retrograde is a time to not rush anything. I read somewhere that Mercury Retrograde is not a good time to sign any contracts or anything like that, or buy any new technology. Because right there, that's communication. That communication can get misconstrued. And with miscommunication and expressions can get misconstrued. But through that, if you can just find peace and balance in what you're trying to express, then it will come through better. And I don't know about anybody here, but I know me. I don't like to rush because of the simple fact that I forget things and I'm not balanced, and I can't communicate quick enough or anything like that. And it just becomes like a whirlwind when you're rushing, and there's no need to rush. Let go of this victimhood. Like I was saying before, let go of the victimhood. Any way that you were a victim in a situation that, brought you down, that made you have heartache or made you feel very ill inside, refocus on how you are moving forward, how you succeeded in breaking free from that. Be grateful that you're alive still, because some victims actually die. Are we alive here? Because if you're watching this video, you're alive and you made through some shit, some heavy stuff, I'm sure, because it has been some trying times lately, trials and tribulations that people have been going through. And the worst thing you can do that will keep that cycle running of trials and tribulations is being a victim to and a slave to the bad things that happened. Release that, break the chains, recover from that. I'm sorry, I can't really recover from that, and realize who you are on a soul level. You are a strong soul individual and you made it through. So have gratitude, have gratitude, especially for this full moon that's coming in. Think of some things you are grateful for, because you're going to move forward, whether you like it or not, whether you're ready or not. You're going to move forward. And if you don't let go of that victimhood, and if you don't break those chains that of what somebody did to you or whatever like that, and don't recognize and put a new perspective on it and saying, you know what, I'm grateful I made it out. I'm grateful. Start telling yourself the success story of how you move forward from that victimization. Then the ride will be a lot better. But if you're still holding on to those, the slave mentality and chained to the victimhood, it's going to be a hard time moving forward, because if you're chained to anything, how are you really able to move forward? And if there's a pulling force that is forcing you to break those chains, imagine if there was a chain on here and somebody is pulling you in a different way. Either it's going to rip your damn arm off, or it's going to hurt like hell even more. So it's a time to dig deep into that soul of yourself and find out some things. And again, if you don't know how to dig deep, because I'm still learning that. I'm going to be honest here. I'm still learning how to get deep, because I'm used to pushing out my emotions, and I'm used to saying, like feeling that urge of crying and then stopping it. And that has been a repetitive thing for me, I'll be truthful how I've carried the belief of crying makes you look weak, makes you look ugly, Who told that to me? Why did I believe that? But right now, let that shit go. Because I know I'm an emotional person. I know that these emotions that are brought up help me see a bigger picture and help me see the light of what is that I need to see to move forward, and move in a better direction, a higher direction, and a better direction that will make me feel good about myself and be good for the greater good of all. So the first thing you can do that can help you tap in is to be grateful. If you don't know where to start of relieving that victimhood, is by being grateful for the things you already have. That's what gratitude is, being grateful for the things you already have. And that will attract more things that you need. I'm grateful that I'm able to speak my truth, and I'm grateful that I'm letting go of the fear that this is who I am, and this is things that I like to do for myself, and to create a space that can make me understand things on a deeper level. If this isn't for you, then hey, you know what I mean? But I know there are people out there that love this stuff, and I'm one of those little nerds that love this stuff too. So again, like, let's just bring in the gratitude and bring in the things that Stop looking for the outside validations. And, we don't need certain things at this moment where it covers up who you are on a soul level. Do I need that Gucci bag right now? Do I need that new computer right now that I feel that will help me in a better way to get things out there? Yes, it may, but I don't know if it's the right time right now, And that's what also helps with gratitude too, because sometimes it's not the right timing. You may need certain things at that in your life to help you on a soul level or to help you just as a human being. But sometimes you're going against the grain because it's not your time right now. So what do I pull out? Freedom. Let's just close this with an overall thing. Freedom. Oh gosh. This is just such a mirror thing that I can't see. But I'm going to close it with this. The angel card of freedom. My soul's loving energy flows through my being, and I am free. A great freedom is felt when we release the tension created in the lower centers of this consciousness that trap us in the attachments of power over others, money, and sensation. I was just saying that, right? And I like doing this too because I know this taps into my intuition. Tapping into my intuition taps into my spirit, who I am on a soul level. And these are some things that I have been working on learning about my spirituality and just trying to go within, just going deeper within. And, you get these messages, you get these ideas for a reason. And the thing that I like to express more is our creativeness, tapping into our creative souls, because the creativity brings life forward. And through the creativity, it starts with an imagination and something, an idea that taps into you. And a lot of people don't connect that with a higher realm, a higher self, because, you may not be that deep on spirituality. Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all. My leg is falling asleep. I'm going to find a way that I can be a little bit more comfortable doing this, but at least you guys know that this is the message. But enough about me. I'm just going to get right into it again. The angel of freedom, right? This is the overall message. Finding freedom within is the overall message for this Mercury retrograde that a lot of us tend to fear or want to blame things on. But honestly, you need to kind of blame it on yourself because you're not balancing and relieving the stress of what can be chaotic at this time. So when we simply allow the energies of the soul to direct ourselves, we understand the freedom of being constructive and positive, accepting people and situations as they are, here and now, free from the side effects of negative reactions. Basically what I just said, but just a better way of saying it, right? So just, this is an affirmation of my soul's loving energy flows through my being. I am free. And I'm going to leave it at that, you guys. These are my messages. I would love to do more tarot readings because I enjoy this. This is how I geek out, and this is how my nerdy self taps into the astrology realm and spiritual realm of a few things that I do that helps me resonate on a deeper message of what I need to know and focus on at this time being. So, let's let go of the past, you guys. Let go of some things and start moving forward. I'm trying to write up some things that can help people relieve stress because I've been stressing myself out because I'm forcing myself to, I gotta do it now. But you know what? I'm going to trust the divine timing that when I feel at peace with myself, then I'll know that, all right, let's move forward. And I'm right in the midst of finding the balance of juggling things that are going on in my life, removing some victimization that I've been playing over in my head, and just recovering from the stress that I had, and just bringing in a lot of more gratitude, and working on some projects because, again, I'd love to inspire other people and help them move forward, because some people, I know how it feels when you're stuck in a situation and you just don't know how to get up, All you know is that you're on the floor and you're looking up. That's the only way. But how do you even get up? You know, how do you triumph from that downfall that you've taken? So, one thing I know for sure is relieving that damn stress. And stress has done a lot of things to me, and I know it's doing a lot of things to other people. And just finding relaxation and time to go within, even if it's just 5 minutes out of the day. I really want to bring that home to people, you know, share that message with them and help them in a way to find that and embrace their own creativity, to find a way to create a life that makes people feel happier, makes people feel more positive and at peace. Because I do feel that you can do that. Is it going to be peace 24/7, you know, 100 days, 365 out, you know, out of the year? No, it's not. It's not. Because I don't think that's how this earth is set up right now. And I just don't think that's the way it is. I don't think that's a lesson that we're trying to achieve. But the bigger lesson is to find that balance of light and dark situations and how to move forward from that. And the easier that you practice that, the easier you can embrace that positivity in your life and move forward from any negative situations that get thrown your way. Because negative situations will get thrown your way. But if you can figure out how to cope with that in a better way and tap into that gratitude and tap into that positive perception. I am so tongue-tied right now because this energy is moving through me, and I really want to drive that message home that if you find that balance, release the victimization that you went through in the past and that heartache and the suffering and the negativity that you've accumulated from others, and that you've told yourself, you can recover and move forward in a more positive manner that can help yourself find that balance within and embrace that gratitude, that the things that you already have, be thankful for it and be thankful that you overcame whatever challenges came your way. Be thankful that you overcame that and really feel that energy, because a lot of us aren't here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us aren't here. But I'm not talking about death, because that could be another topic, you know what I mean? Because some people believe, you know, it's a transition. But I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to take this with heed and take a breath and just move forward, right? So again, I hope that this whoever needed to hear this takes heed to this and tries to work on themselves as well. And I have more messages to come. Look forward to a Patreon page I'm building, and just new messages, new videos to help encourage, inspire, and help create a better life for you, to relieve the stress of this daily negativity that gets thrown your way. Peace, guys. See you later.